everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia Mashoni for those of us who just found me. I have my master's in education and I'm a BCBA. My business is the Beautiful Mind Academy. I'm pleased to offer tutoring services that are tailored to individuals preparing for the BCBA exam. Please note that my tutoring service is designed to assist with exam preparation by covering the content on the task list, and I'm hoping that my videos do a good job in getting you guys prepared for it. While I do have experience in ABA, I just wanted to clarify that my business is not ABA in nature. So for today's video, we are going to go into the BCBA task list 5th edition, specifically looking at C-3, which is going to cover measure occurrence. This specific task list actually looks at count, frequency, rate, and percent of occurrence, which we'll break down a little bit. So let's get right into it. Let's go into count frequency. Just a note, when we say count or frequency, these terms are often used interchangeably, but they do mean the same thing. And they both mean the number of times a response was emitted during an observational period. And you can even do this throughout the day. So we always want to look for the start and the finish of a behavior would be counted as one behavior. So with this, you would want to ask yourself, how many times did the behavior occur? So to offer you an example, learner X picked her skin 8 times. So in this case, the count for skin picking would be 8. And just kind of like a fun activity, I'm going to touch my nose in 5 to 10 seconds, and you guys can let me know how many times or what was the count of me touching my nose. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so in that, the answer would be 8. I touched my nose 8 times. Next is rate. Rate is how many times a behavior occurred, but this time we're adding a time interval to it. So rate would always be converted into 1-minute interval timings. So for example, if a learner kicked 30 times in 10 minutes, the rate would be 3 kicks per minute. And how I calculated that was I got my count of kicking, 30, and I divided it by the minutes, which is 10, and that's how I would get my rate. Next is percent of occurrence, and this is how many times the learner responded correctly divided by the number of opportunities. So the best example that I can give here would be if I were to give a learner a worksheet that had 10 questions on it, took it back and corrected it, I would base this percentage off of, on that worksheet, how many questions did the learner get correct, divided by 10, because that's the number of questions on the worksheet. So in this case, if I got the worksheet back and it was 8 correct, it would then in turn be 80%. 5 correct would be 50%. In a clinical setting, we would use this for DTT programs where you would ask the learner questions on their target list, and then you would base it off of the amount that they got correct independently divided by the number of opportunities that you had given them to respond. Okay, so I really do hope that that breaks down count, rate, and percent of occurrence. If you do have any questions, feel free to call, text, or just comment down below. I can give you guys additional examples. I can clarify if any of these weren't clarified enough. Feel free, and thank you so much for watching. I hope that you gained some insight and are able to apply some of these in your setting. Thanks so much. Bye.